What is going on, everybody?
What's
I'm Nick
up?
Valley from the Mythology,
I'm Jonah Doc from Jinx.
and this
And
is
we're
Rev Rock
Revolution.
We're back again with that
we're back.
really chaotic intro. Not
Oh.
unlike the rest of our show, Jonah, which is just chaotic. That is
Yes.
the one word to describe our show: chaotic.
Chaos.
How was your week, Jonah?
My week was really good. I took last week pretty much off. I went on
Nice.
vacation, went to the coast, got away from the 102-degree weather from Mariposa, and instead
Insert
chilled
Roblox
at like
sound.
yeah.
Oof.
Oof. Yeah, and it was like between 50 and 70 the entire time over there, so it was nice.
Sounds nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. I know you were sending me messages while you were there. You had good internet and just an acoustic
I
guitar.
had good
so
internet.
Sounds like a dream.
I had ShredNet. Finally.
Not quite ShredNet. Not quite.
Almost.
Nothing. Jonah, you can't tarnish our brand. Like nothing can touch the level
Yeah,
of
nothing.
ShredNet.
Yeah,
Nothing at
nothing
all.
is.
Which, by the
Nuno
way, we still have
Betancourt's
not-
Right hand.
Which, speaking of which, I have a weekly update
Yeah.
about Nuno Betancourt. But before we get into that, I just want to say we do not currently own the domain name for ShredNet, and that's an issue. So if you want us to buy the $6,000 domain name, let us know in the
Please
comments. We'll
donate.
start a GoFundMe, and all the money will be used for purely that purpose. Not equipment,
Yes.
not funding a tour. It's for a fucking domain name.
Yeah, for a domain name.
So
a
speaking of
$6,000
Nuno
domain name.
Betancourt, yeah, exactly. The money well. We're really good. As you can tell, we studied accounting. Oh my God, this is starting off great. We promised that we would keep this weekly update short since it was the entire episode last week, but I bet you we're not anyway. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we plan. We're gonna go against that. Speaking of Nuno Betancourt, last night I saw what was probably the most epic live show, like, of all time. So not too far from me, venue about 10 minutes from me, called the Paramount. Extreme did a concert, and
That's so
Living
awesome.
Color opened for them, and that show was unbelievable, man. So it's like a floor area kind of show. So it's like it's hard to describe the venue. It's really interesting. So like you have like a big box, like just like floor, a big floor with a stage, and then you have like an area like up a floor, which is like where with seats and stuff, and then there's like a floor like in between behind you up a level that like with a bunch of chairs. So it's really cool. It's a really cool environment.
Oh, that's
I'll have
pretty
to
sick.
send pictures, and you know what? I'll plug a picture right here when I edit the episode.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like. Jonah's looking at it right now. We're great video editors. Look, here's the thing though. I was blown away. So I was standing in the pit area, right in the center. I had like a clear shot. I got worried for a second because the tallest fucking human being on earth stood in front of me.
Oh, that's always the
But he
most
moved.
terrifying thing in the pit. the tall people
It
are
really
just
is.
surrounding
I was ready
you.
to get on someone's shoulders. I was man enough to get ready to get on someone's shoulders. I could not see Nuno in action. So what ended up happening is Living Color came out first, and it was so cool. Corey was like wearing this like completely white suit, like a white tie. Like it was so cool.
Oh, it's like Moon Knight.
Yeah, for real though. Like, no, when they came out though, they opened with a cover of Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, no. Corey sounds better than he ever has. I don't know if you've seen videos of him online, but Corey Glover is like one of my favorite singers of all time. He was going
He's such
off.
A
I don't know if
soulful
he has a
voice.
back.
I love it.
I have to look. Yeah, I have to look him up on like his background. But he is so like theatrical on stage. Like the things he was doing on stage, it's like stomping his foot and like the way he was in. I don't know if he grew up in church or if he did theater, but it was just like the Lord was speaking through him. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Oh, that's so
it was
cool. I
pretty
want to see them
spectacular.
so badly.
Vernon is just a god. The bass player was like, he was like his whole. It was like his whole hand. It was like he was playing the piano with his right hand on the bass. This is how he was like, literally just like moving his hand like that through the strings.
That's crazy.
I've never seen anything like that. The drummer was a beast, and they had a double kick, but the kick was like centered off. Who's texting you?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out.
What is that? As you can tell, we are real professionals. We silence our notifications before we start. Thanks for reminding me. I don't think I put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
There we go. I should have no more notifications. Okay, continue, Nick.
Oh, that's great. No,
I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Really high budget on this show. No, yeah, but man, they were incredible. Like, they did a tribute to Sinead with Nothing Compares. It was really great. It was an awesome show. They closed with Cult of Personality. It was really funny.
Of course.
Someone went to hand Vernon another guitar, and he like was so mad at that person that like they got the cue wrong.
Oh,
he was just like, I was like, I would not want to be that guitar tech.
Yeah, someone got fired that night.
It's crazy though. So how they did it is, so they played for like an hour, and then Extreme played for like 2. It was like a long ass show. I was there till like I got to the venue at like 7:30, and the show started at like 8ish, and it didn't end till like 12, like with the break in between. They took Extreme took the longest break. There was a huge gap between the opening act and Extreme. But I'll get into that in a second. But it was really cool how they did it. So the stage was like, they had the first band's equipment, like Living Colors equipment, like set up. And then basically there was not a lot of setup for Extreme because they just had all their equipment behind them.
So they backlined. Oh, that's cool. I love when venues backline because it makes everything so nice and easy to transfer. Like
exactly.
To switch.
No, but it was cool because they had like the drums there, and then they just moved the drums out, and then they just had the drums on a riser behind it. So they just like took the, I think they had like something over the drums, like a curtain or something, and then they just moved it, and then you couldn't even see amp heads. They were just giant ass speakers, like stacked like you know that scene in Back to the Future where he falls back into the speakers with the guitar in the very beginning of the movie. It would just look like that. Like it was a wall of speakers and a drum kit.
Oh, that's so classic.
No mic stand for Gary. Gary uses it. Gary like comes out like with this like, it's something like between a regular mic stand and a Freddie Mercury mic. So it's not like just like the boom. It's like a whole stick, but there's no bottom to it. It's just like a stick with a mic.
Oh, that's interesting. Go ahead.
It's really interesting. Yeah. No, but they took the longest time to come out, and then they finally came out and they opened with Rise. Not Rise. They finished with Rise. They closed. They opened with Rebel. Which they did a lot of songs from the new album, and it was really fun. Dude, Nuno's a trip, man. He has such a personality. Yeah. It's so funny, man.
How was it to
he does a lot of the
experience
talking.
Nuno in person? Just see the shreddingness of probably one of the greatest guitarists of all time.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. I've never been so like in like awe and amazement of someone in my entire life. I kid you not, for 2 hours straight, this guy's right hand was just this. And it didn't look like he was getting, I was like, do you not have any feeling in your wrist? Like, how is this fucking possible?
That's
like
insane.
he sounds like a helicopter taking off. He sounds like a helicopter when he does his alternate picking. I don't know if he's doing like 1/64th notes. I don't know what you would even call that, but it's crazy, man. It's insane. It was actually really funny. So there was a moment in the show where his acoustic guitar the audio wasn't working. I don't know if the battery died in the acoustic electric or whatever, but it just wasn't working, so he had to bring out another one. Good thing he had a backup 12 string, and it was really cool. So like they had like the normal band set up, like the two people on the sides and then the drummer and then the singer. I'm not gonna go on about this too long. I'm gonna get through this, but it was really cool. Like it was normal band setup. But then when they got into like the acoustic portion of their show, which was like 4 or 5 songs, basically the band all moved forward. So they were all in like a line. So they basically had like this makeshift drum thing. So it was just like a thing on wheels with like a snare and like a kick and like 2 cymbals, and like it was like, I have to send you pictures. It's really cool.
Well, that's cool. But so they kind of made it like a more intimate thing
for like a little portion of the show, yeah. And it was really cool. Is Nuno when they did Other Side of the Rainbow, because he has the electric guitar solo at the end. So he had the acoustic guitar on a stand that was like laid out like this. So he was just like playing with it on a stand with the electric guitar hanging on him, so he could just let go of it and then start playing electric guitar.
Oh, that's
when he
awesome.
got to the solo. I was like, I'm like, that's a really fucking great idea. Like there were subtle things I was like, I'm gonna steal this. Like when I do my own shows, it was really inspiring though overall, just making me like really want to like play live with the mythology and like do that thing, because it's like it became really apparent to me. I think that's what rock is all about. And if you notice, a lot of popular Rev Rock artists, they don't really do that typical like what pop and country and like what all these like other type of artists are doing on social media with like these clickbaity like type of videos, and I'm guilty of it. I've tried them myself. But I think we're really all about that real life. Like I think what we like, what's important is just like that live show experience, and then using social media as a tool to like gather community from those live shows, and then share moments, and then like that sort of thing. I think that is really what rock, and I think it became apparent to me when I was watching that show last night. Is like, this is really what rock is about. This is really what I need to be doing. This is really what we all need to be doing. And this is why I think rock has died in the digital age, because everything has become about how do we create clickbait, and how does everything become super trendy, and but fuck that, man. Like this is what we need.
We need to play
really
live
incredible.
more. That's the live show
For real.
is so important.
Yeah. It's the most important. I think it's the most crucial. When you're a rock band, it's the most crucial thing, because you can't fake that experience. I think that's why Kiss didn't break through until they made their live record. I think there's something to that. And that, I know I brought up Kiss, but I have to. It's part of the show, right? But in all seriousness, like that, I think that's why there's been so many great live rock records, because that, if you're not good live as a band, like that's what bands are about.
Yeah, you kind of fall short if you're not able to play live as a rock band. Then you're kind of disowned by the rock community.
You suck. You suck. What do you want me to say? You do. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. It was really funny. Nuno only fucked up one time, and it was during More Than Words of any song.
It was during More Than one. That's so.
And it was funny. He was playing it, and he actually said when he like went to the E minor chord too early. And then he literally went, fuck. He went on this. He just kept playing. It was really funny. He was like, of all things, this.
Nuno seems
the song
like
he's been playing every single day since he wrote it.
Yeah. Nuno seems like the most chill person. Like all of the like interviews I've seen, and like I don't know if you saw like the whole thing about like him and Richard Ford is kind of getting into it, but mostly just because it was like an
of course
online
I've seen
thing.
It. I just want to say on that too. You know what? I'm gonna save this for a second, because I have a very important message to say to rock fans in a second. But before I say that, I have seen that. I know what you're talking about. He is the chillest guy. He's so cool, man. It was really funny. He's got a ton of personality. Like there was this one time this lady yelled at him when he was like, "I love you," and he was like, "Whoa, wait, who's yelling at me about what? What's going on here?" There was in the 6th row. There was someone dressed up as a gorilla, like the cover of their new album.
Oh, that's so funny.
It was really funny.
And he was like, up to go to concerts. Those are the greatest ones.
And he was like, he told someone in their staff, like, "You get that guy. I want to meet him after the show." I love that.
Awesome.
That would be me though. I would totally want to meet that guy dressed up. Like if you cared enough about me to sit in that hot gorilla suit for 2 hours, like, come on.
Yeah, props to that guy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real, man. I could never. I would get so I couldn't do it. I'd suffocate.
Yeah.
So I just want to say before we get into the bulk of this episode. Oh wait, you're gonna say something real quick.
Oh, I was just gonna do a real quick note about like funny outfits that I've seen at concerts. I
want to hear this.
At Aftershock. Okay, so I've seen someone dressed up as a banana at Aftershock, and I've moshed with a banana before. Yeah, there's been like Santa Claus. I moshed with Santa Claus in a Steel Panther pit before. That was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
Oh my god. Well, you know what's funny is if you said you moshed with a banana at a Steel Panther show, it would probably be something different.
Yeah, that is true.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's too good. That's really fun. Why was the guy dressed up as Santa Claus though?
I have no idea. At Aftershock, there's so many weird things. There's someone was dressed up as Spider-Man. I didn't get to mosh with that dude. I wish I did, but there was someone just running around as Spider-Man.
Because you could be dressed up like Batman.
I need to do that. I need to dress up as Batman and run around in a pit. It'd be so hot though. I don't know if I would be able to do that.
You have to wait. You have to wait until you're super. You have to wait until you're super famous, and then we're going to be super famous, and then we'll dress up as like superheroes with like masks on. You be Batman. I'll be like the Flash, and then we'll just be like in the audience, and then we'll just like surprise the fuck out of everyone in the mosh pit. Just pull off our
that'd
mask.
Be so funny.
You know how trampled we would get though. I would worry for our safety.
Yeah, we would definitely get. Yeah, that would not be good. Then we crowd surf out. That's when we crowd surf out.
Exactly. We have to keep the masks on, and then like it's for our own show, like at Rev Fest, which I made a video about this, by the way. This is a real thing. We're gonna start Rev Fest, the Rev Rock Festival.
In 5 years, guys, look out for Rev Fest. We're gonna be co-headlining.
But for real, it's a real thing. But when we do Rev Fest, that's what we have to do. Is just like dress up every year. We'll be dressed up, and then we'll ask other people to dress up. So that'll be a thing. Like it's like our Where's Waldo. We'll be like dressed up as like different things, and then before our set, like we'll just like run up on stage and then like be in the and then pull off our mask. Do you ever hear the story? My grandmother told me the funniest story one time about how there was a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest, and Charlie Chaplin entered it and he lost.
That's so funny. I'd never heard of
that. He was there. He was there, and he lost.
And he lost.
My grandmother told me that. I thought that was
yourself.
The funniest story ever. He got third place at a contest for someone to look like him. Someone looked more like him than him. I love that so much.
That just shows how much like the public eye doesn't really know celebrities.
Like, it just shows how much the public eye doesn't know jack shit. Which I'm going to get into something in a second. I'm glad this is a great segue. I want to address the rock community on something real quick. It's important. I just want to say that, and Jonah, you're okay with the controversy, right, of what I'm about to say?
Yes, of course. Bring the controversy.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I just want to say something real quick, and it's actually really important. I fucking blame you for what's going on right now. Let me explain. Great opener, right? Fuck you. Yeah. Listen to what I have to say.
Fuck the rock community.
But seriously, fuck you guys. And you know why? Because you all look like gatekeepers. And this is what I've noticed in the last couple weeks of my own release. You all want to keep out anything that you don't warrant as super grungy, dirty, someone that lives in their van, gets banned by every location, by every person, someone who's a super rebel, who doesn't conform to any sort of norm. Like, why? When the fuck did like rock music become about like just being a I get it that there's a bit of there's obviously has to be rebellion about it, and I'm being rebellious honestly I'm being rebellious right now by telling you to all go fuck yourself. Listen, but there does need to be a certain aspect of rebel, and I get it, but you can't there so many people, and I feel like, and you don't mind that I'm going to say this, Jonah, that you said this is one thing that Jonah said. This is 90% my fuck you. Jonah said, and I agree with him, it's like every time we keep making a bad name for ourselves because we keep promoting, and this is my aspect of it, we keep promoting the drug culture of everything. We keep promoting the wild, outrageous, sexual, that aspect of it. And like Jonah said, it's like we keep keeping people out of it because if we don't fit our exact mold, the irony is that you want people to be outside of the box and different and everything. But if we don't fit your small little fucking box, you want to kick us out of the community. It's so hypocritical.
So stupid.
It is so hypocritical. It's so dumb. Like, we should be opening and welcome. The reason that country and pop music, that all that stuff is taking off right now is because it's an opening and welcoming community to all. But our community wants to push everybody away who's on the edge of joining, and that's why we've become a fucking dinosaur.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No,
it's
so true. Like everyone has. I've seen this in Nick's comments. I've gotten a few of them myself. There's every generation of rock fans stick to their own ideal of what rock is and aren't accepting of what the next thing is, and all the different I feel like rock the rock community
they don't
is
want
very
any sort
fractured.
of innovation whatsoever.
Yeah, but the community
no one
is
wants
very
any sort
fractured.
of innovation at all, and we're
no
all
one
very
wants any sort of innovation.
segmented from each other.
Yeah, not even there's rock factions that hate each other because they don't believe that each other are
crazy
rock.
To me.
It's I don't understand.
Well, I
feel
mean,
rock's supposed to be about a big community. We're supposed to all be welcoming to each other.
Yeah, we're all about bands, which are just a fucking family and community in and of itself. It makes no fucking sense. I feel like our generation, like you said, there's obviously the older people who are just stuck in their own ways of what rock is and don't want to hear it. But then you have our generation who seems to be obsessed with these loser, screamo, emo people just because they're angry and volatile and suicidal. It's like, why is that our standard? No wonder we're fucking failing and falling into the ground. If that is the bar, that's so low. Nobody even wants good music anymore. No one cares about the music. All they care about is people that they feel aren't trying at all. That's really fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's true.
Yeah. We're disappointed in you guys. We need to bring back
extremely
good
disappointed.
music. We need to be
Yeah, it's supposed to be about the music, and we were just talking about the live experience and all that sort of stuff. And somehow it's actually, ironically, you guys say you want to steer away from the pop culture and norms and standards or whatever, but we've actually started to go towards this pop culture thing where it's if someone's an interesting character, I don't care if their music is good or not. I like them, so I'll listen to their music even though it sucks. I don't know when that happened.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been it's so weird seeing that because both of us have idolized the rock community going up, and then now being an artist trying to make it we see a whole different side now.
Yeah. It's a whole other world, man. And people, can I just say something about social media in general and the state of humanity? I just went through Instagram the other day, and I scrolled through, and I was curious. And I went through, I want to say, a good 50 to 60 posts. I spent about a solid 10 to 20 minutes just scrolling through and looking through every comment, right? Or, a majority of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter what the topic was. It was, a post, and it was just, a discovery page. So it was, a beauty post, a rock post, cooking post. It doesn't matter what the topic was. You could, any type of genre of Instagram post, there was on there. And can I just tell you that not a single freaking post did not have at least half or more, extremely rude, disrespectful, and just low, disgusting, like scum of the earth human type comments. Like
I hate
there
that.
is a troll epidemic. There is a troll epidemic on the internet right now. Just it doesn't matter what we're talking about. People just love to be nasty to people. I will never. It's like people weren't raised. I was raised that if you don't have anything nice to say to somebody, just keep walking.
Don't say anything at all.
Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, who raised these people? I don't know who's raising the kids in our generation, but they all act like a bunch of fucking delinquents.
Yeah, it's so sad to see that, 'cause like on social media and the internet, a lot is like the bad parts of humanity because everyone feels so secure on their end of the screen, just saying all these things. They feel like there's gonna be no repercussions at all, and it's so sad and depressing to see that there's that horrible and that
but
nasty
the sad thing is if
humanity and.
It's just if that's inside you, like who like broke you? Like I don't know. Like that's what I want to say. Like you need a hug. Like what is going on? It doesn't make any sense to me because it's like, how did we even get to this point? It's crazy. Like the problem is, and like the thing that older people want to say, and this is why they're missing the mark. Like, oh, I bet you wouldn't say that to a person in real life. If you've met some of these people, and I've had the unfortunate chance to meet people like this. They don't care. They would let other people hear them say this. They would not be embarrassed by someone, their employer, their friends, their family, seeing that they wrote this online. And that is just a new low. I think we've reached a new low. I've noticed in the last couple years, it's been worse than ever. It used to be you would get hate comments, but they would be like, you would a percentage. But the seesaw is starting to tip towards more negative comments than positive on everything I see.
That's so sad. I really hate that, sad. Which is one of the reasons I hate social media and hate doing the whole social media thing.
Oh my god!
But the social media thing is a necessity in this artist thing, which is stupid. We have to deal with this bullshit.
Unfortunately, you know, I mean, I've thought about many times. Like literally just not using social media, but literally just using it as a place to collect people from doing live shows and just focusing on doing live shows, building fans and having them follow me. Like I've thought about just doing that because this whole like coming up with clickbaity type videos and things that like these sketches and these types, you know what I'm talking about? Like certain ploys in marketing that work to attract people and get people's attention. Like, it's exhausting and it's just not worth my time. And it's just like, it's so dumb. It's like, when did music become about like people's personalities and getting like, it's just, and I get there's always been a degree of characterization to artists and them being interesting and stuff, but it's just the way that it's done on the internet nowadays is just ridiculous. It's like not, it couldn't be about, the music couldn't matter less today.
Mm-hmm.
People use it as like background music as a part. Music is a part of, is like uses background as background noise to fit their lifestyle. Music is my entire identity. Like that's all I do. All I do is listen to music. All I do is make music, play music, listen to music. And I know there are people like that. And like the generation before us and especially the one before that, like they would spend the money that they made doing jobs, buying records, and they would hold this record near and dear to their heart because they spent their good earned money on this record and they couldn't wait for this album to come out. And they played it over and over again to the point that now if you were to play those records now, they'd probably skip because they're so worn out. But, you know, like people cherished music and they would go see this artist live and they would buy the tour t-shirt and they'd wear it all the time and they'd be proud of themselves. Nowadays, it's like you just want to talk about the drama that's going on with this artist and their baby mama and like, what the no. Like, that's not what this is about.
It's not what music is about.
I'm sorry, I'm ranting. I'm ranting today. I don't care. I'm upset, man.
Yeah, no, it's an important thing to talk about, and I feel like everyone needs to hear this because not many people are talking about this. And
no,
and when they do,
so we have to, honestly, because no one else is.
Yeah. And when people listen to the music nowadays, they don't even like hear the whole song. They hear a 30-second clip
No.
and then they think they understand the entire song, and then they judge everything just based on that 30-second little thing instead of listening to like a whole album, like you said, like an album that they bought with their hard-earned money. Instead, they listen to a 30-second clip on Instagram or TikTok, and then they feel the need to comment hateful things after us artists put in a lot of hard work. We put hours behind this. We have sleepless nights just working on this. Yeah, I've pulled so many all-nighters just working on my music, trying to get everything perfect for the world. Yeah, we put a lot of work into this, and we really hate getting negative, or not even just negative feedback, just like hateful stuff that isn't even about the music. It's just people. It's just people being stupid.
It's like You know what's funny? It's like I post this video of me performing the song, like I guess lip syncing, because you have to promote the official audio.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. First comment: bro's eating the mic. Like, you think I fucking like making these videos? Like, you think I like this? I don't. If I could just go out and tour and build a fan base and then get a record deal and then be promoted, I would fucking love that.
Yeah.
But I can't. I can't because of people like you that love to spend your time doing fucking this, so you have created the new normalized standard of what the music industry is, all right? Fuck you. What do you want me to say?
Yeah,
it's true.
It's so
just
true.
Frustrating.
It's so
really,
disappointing.
really frustrating.
Yeah.
No one cares about music anymore because you can go on right now. I'm going to do it right now. Spotify.com. So I can go to Spotify.com right now. I can find any fucking record I want to, and I can turn it off whenever I want to. I can play it, and I can say, oh, I'll listen to that later, and then I'll forget about it completely because I don't have to care because it's all right there whenever I want. It's available. All right? That's bullshit. And can we just talk about how the fact that artists, and I promised you guys in a very early episode that I would talk about this, so I am now. I'm just unhinged today. I don't care. I'm unhinged, not just today, just in general. I decided, and I told Jonah this recently, I decided very recently that I've stopped giving a fuck about anything. I'm just going to say everything that's on my mind because what I'm doing right now clearly isn't working. So I'm losing my filter. I don't care anymore. But here's the thing. Like I was saying, just no one cares about these records anymore. And the music industry doesn't care about the artist. They really never did, but it's at a new low. It's like you won't get signed or people don't even care about you until you somehow figure out how to build your own fan base, which is crazy. You're not just an artist anymore. You have to be a marketing expert. You have to figure out how to make videos and fashion. It's like a whole thing.
You have to do everything
You have to become your
yourself.
own A&R person.
Uh-huh.
You have to do your own artist development. It's insane, man. Like, how do you expect... This is also the other reason why I think music isn't as good as it used to be anymore is because everybody's so focused on social media and all this marketing and all these visuals and stuff. They're not putting the effort into the music. And that's why
they're not able to give 100% to the music because they're so scattered, doing a ton of different mindsets. They're not just focused on music. This is my art. This is what I have to create. This is what I want to do. Everything is like I spent, and I know Nick does this too because we bounce ideas off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've spent like a couple days just like focusing on like what I'm gonna do for social media. And like trying to figure out the ideas behind that when I could have been writing music, producing the songs. Yeah, like we have to juggle everything, and it's like 14 different things that should be taken on by other people.
Yeah, exactly. And you know how much, and for all of these efforts, all this beautiful effort, I spent all this time figuring out how I'm going to get your attention. I spent all my time in these videos, and I start editing them, and then I put them out there, and then you guys are commenting all these negative, hateful things. And then I finally attract the right attention, and I funnel down to the right people, and they check out my music, and I get 1 million streams. And you know how much I get paid for a fucking stream, Jonah? You know how much we get paid for one stream?
Less than it's like 100th of a cent, right? It's stupid.
It's something ridiculously dumb. We are not compensated. and we are asked to do 10 times the amount of work, and we are paid 10 times less.
Yeah. No,
It's crazy.
Looked at...
The music industry should be on strike right now. You know, the actors and the writers are on strike. I would not be. The music industry should be on strike right now.
Yeah, we should have definitely a music artist strike, because this is dumb. I looked at like my payment for like this all my singles. I've released of today. I've released 4 singles. Three of them like I've gotten like the statements back.
I love them so much.
I think collective altogether is probably like 5,000 streams. Back in the day, if you sold like 5,000 records, that would be like $50,000, right? Nowadays, I got $12.02. $12.02. I could get like 2 Starbucks coffees.
Oh yeah. Wait, Jonah. Before we start going that route, and this becomes a political podcast. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, in the state of the economy that we live in today, and the you all know what I'm getting at. The cost is going up and the payment is staying the same. It's called inflation. It's a beautiful thing. So we've been stuck like this, and yeah, I saw this really funny video. Side note, 1 second, and because I've been in a rant mode for 20 minutes. Someone was like, what I bought with $10 when I went to the grocery store in 1983, and it was like it was like basically like I guess like a third of the groceries you would have for the entire family, for a family of 5. And then there was like what I get now, and it was like a pack of gum. But
so
that seems
sad.
like an exaggeration, but it's really true. It's really sad. And the thing is, and this is just, we're not even going to get into this because this is a whole different discussion. But I just want to say, just as far as this whole thing goes, it's really all really messed up. And the reason that, and this is what I'm going to close on, this is my closing thing on this rant, is the rock community is not surviving this because, like I've said before, we're fucking dinosaurs and we are so stuck in our ways and we are not adapting to anything. And that is why it's stuck the way it is. And you want to front with rock is dying. Yeah, it's your fucking fault. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. No, that is a good way to end that. That is so true. So, rock community, do your part. Be better. Be better.
Be better.
Be more accepting.
Stand up.
Stand up.
And stand up for what. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for what's right. Stand up for the community. Stand up for the new artists. Stand up for the movement that's happening. And stand up against the music industry that wants to treat us like fucking servants right now. And it's not just rock. It's every genre as far as that goes. But, yeah. Do your part, man. You're not doing your part. You want to have your cake and eat it too. Meanwhile, you're not even sitting at the fucking table and you don't even have a plate. Show up.
Yeah.
All right, that was the longest rant on a podcast, I think. That being said, let's move on to something completely different. So, I don't know if you guys remember, about 3 weeks back, this is a huge call, I had Jonah watch a movie. Whoop!
This is such a switch. Yeah, we're gonna go super serious. Now we're doing a movie club.
We need to get lighthearted, all right? We're a roller coaster. We're a chaotic mess. That's what the show's about. And I've been talking for the last 20 minutes, so I want to hear Jonah speak because it is his podcast too. I had him watch the movie Ghosts. I would like to hear what you thought of this movie. I couldn't believe you never saw it, by the way.
Yeah, it was such a good movie. It was perfect. Like there was nothing I found wrong with the movie at all. I have a problem whenever I watch movies. I like overanalyze and stuff. But this movie I absolutely loved. And the concept, I was like tripping out on the concept the whole time. If you guys haven't watched the movies, spoiler alert. But yeah, when like Patrick Swayze gets killed and then he's just like watching everything going on around him, but like he's dead, so he's just seeing the after. It's such a trippy and sad concept because like Like I don't know.
As hell too.
Yeah, it's
I don't know how they managed to make you feel so sentimental and like so like joyful at the same exact time. It's an art. It's a masterclass in movie writing.
Yeah, it really is. It made me like I was like during the movie I was laughing my ass off. I was like on the verge of tears. Like I was such an emotional roller coaster. Dude, Whoopi Goldberg her character was perfect and so freaking funny.
I don't know if I don't think she won an Oscar for that, but she should have.
She should have. That was so good. As the translating for Ghost.
Oh my god, it's so funny. And the funniest thing in the world is that she's literally a scam artist, but then she actually experiences it. Could you imagine?
Oh,
imagine you actually did that as a scam, and then it just became a thing that you actually were able to do.
You just start talking to ghosts after pretending to. That's so trippy.
Yep.
Well, one of my favorite scenes.
That's like if Courtney Love went on stage and was able to sing.
Counter for Courtney disses. Ding.
All right. I had to get that one in there. You were saying.
Yeah. But I love this, like, I love, like, how Patrick Swayze, like, throughout the movies, like, figuring out how to be a ghost and, like, how to, like, actually interact with the real world as a ghost. And then at the end, where he just beats the shit out of his so-called friend.
That was so great. I love that scene. I hate that guy. I gotta say, I know people, I cut those people out of my life, but I've known people like that. And they are just the worst. Those guys that just think they can get whatever they want, do whatever they want, whenever they want, because they're entitled.
Yeah,
and they don't care about
those
anybody.
people are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've all known people like that, and known because we don't tend to know those people very long. Yeah, newsflash, no one likes you. But yeah, great. That's a great movie, man. I'm so glad you finally saw it because it's experience.
Yeah, it was so good. I need to start watching more movies. I realize I don't watch movies a lot, so I need to like set aside time to watch like weekly movies.
Yeah. I've always been a TV guy, so I feel that. My mom's big on movies, so I'll watch them with her a lot. I saw that one. I've seen that movie about 3 times now. It's so good. And then I don't know if you guys remember, but Jonah had me.
I picked a movie for him. We didn't tell you guys because I couldn't figure it out on the spot. But what I chose is Pain and Gain, starring The Rock, Anthony Mackie, and Mark Wahlberg.
This movie. Let me just say, the whole movie, I was like, wow. I was shocked that Jonah picked this movie. I'm not going to lie. This feels like something I would have picked for him. I was like, oh, okay. There's a side of Jonah I didn't know. I was in... Yeah, there were certain scenes in the movie. And Jonah, I know you think... you know what I'm talking about. Where I was like, okay, Jonah. No, but for real, man, that movie was... You know what's funny? I think those 2 movies have more in common. They couldn't be more different. But I think those movies have... I think those 2 movies have more in common than you think. I felt multiple emotions while I was watching that movie.
Yeah, it's... Yeah,
I was horrified by what these guys were doing, but I was laughing my ass off the entire time.
Yeah. It's so good. And the crazy thing about that movie is it's based on a true story, which is I didn't even
realize that until the credits.
Yeah,
I didn't really till the end of the movie, and I was like, "Wait, what the fuck?" Literally, that's not a joke.
It's the wild. It's almost like these stories you hear about like the rock stars from the '80s. That's like. It's like even more wild than that.
I was gonna say, I think this is a step further. I don't think I'm not gonna actually. I just thought of 2 examples. So I was gonna say I don't think rock stars have ever killed anybody, but then I thought of 2 examples. So I just moved away from that thought.
Yeah, let's not go there.
By the way, going back to my rant, that's the negative inbred culture that I'm trying to tell you guys to rip the fuck out. Um, but in all seriousness, that movie, I was like, this is brilliant. Like the way that they made that movie, it was like if it was not a true story, it would be the funniest thing on the planet. But the fact that it was a true story, I was just like, Florida. Oh my god.
Only in Florida, man.
Only in
Everything
Florida.
happens in Florida.
Seriously though, man. No, dude, Pain and Gain. That is a prime movie, and it took such a turn. Like halfway through the film, like you can see the decline of a person, like how they went just like desperate for money to like hungry for like power. It was weird.
Yeah,
it was a trip, man. The Rock's character was probably my favorite because he's not a bad guy. He's just like gets seriously roped into this thing that he should not be involved in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta say, Anthony Mackie's character, I'm conflicted about because I feel like he deserved to spend the rest of his life in prison, but I don't think he deserved to get the death penalty. I feel like it just should have been Mark Wahlberg's character because he was like the mastermind behind it all.
Yeah. No, I agree. Anthony Mackie's character, that was such a funny predicament, like especially for that being like a true story, like.
I know it's really weird when it's real people. And
then has ET and then needs money for. He goes through all that trouble. Just.
This is so funny, man. I don't want to spoil the movie too much, but that was one of the funniest things of like. The cast is so awesome in that movie too. Like Rebel Wilson.
The casting is perfect in that movie.
It's so perfect. I love that movie. Thank you for that. We're gonna have to do this again next month. Just like we'll do it like monthly. Just like it'd be fun.
Monthly, our monthly movie club, Rev Rock Revolution. Oh, let us know down in the comments what movies that we should watch next.
You guys pick us, and you have to specifically write Nick watch this movie, Jonah watch this movie, like specific.
Yes.
Like you guys know us now by this. You'll know what we'll like, or you'll know what we won't, and you'll torture us. But either way, it'll be fun to see. So go ahead and do that. It'll be fun. Before we close out this episode today, we have a good amount of time for this. We've been doing decent on time considering I gave a long-ass rant. But I'm glad I did because I feel like it's important.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. It's an important thing. And this whole podcast is about bringing back the rock culture, about bringing back the good parts of the rock culture. So in order to bring that,
it's bringing back rock, but igniting a new culture. Exactly. See, I gotta get all philosophical with you. That's how we do this thing, man.
Yeah, but what you were saying?
I was gonna say, it's important that we have this discussion, and I think in the future, and I haven't really discussed this with even Jonah yet. But I definitely want to, and I feel like even you guys, and you can let us know in the comments, but I feel like, I know you love the chaotic energy of this show, and we don't want to lose that, but we definitely want to make this thing about what it was designed for. So we're going to talk more about new rock music, Rev Rock music, talk about what's going on, tours, and just the new culture we're trying to instill in the world, and we're going to be. So yeah, we're gonna bring more of that. Now that you've gotten to know us, it's been fun. We're gonna do more of this stuff, and don't worry, we're still gonna have our fun. And we can't help but be chaotic. That's what happens when we press record.
Yeah, that's just us.
But it's important and it's imperative to this whole thing that we do bring that into this more. So yeah, speaking of which, let's bring it to something about us and our music. Two important Rev Rock artists, Jinx and the Mythology. You all have heard our music. You've heard the finished product, and you have seen what it's like when we have completed something. What you haven't checked out is our writing process and the pretty rough drafts of our songs.
Yeah, really.
Jonah, would you like to kick this thing off?
Okay, yeah. I'll start. So I'll just do like a brief overview of my songwriting process. Since I'm a guitarist at heart, I always wanted to be a guitar. I never wanted to be a vocalist. I ended up singing because that's what it turned out I love that as well now. But
yeah, I got you.
I always my songs always start off with the guitar parts, and then I build the song arrangement. So normally I'll have the entire song musically done, and then that's when I get started on the lyrics, because the lyrics I struggle the most with. And when I do the lyrics, mostly I aim for like the syncopation and the rhythms and melodies first, and kind of just have filler words the first go around, kind of brushing on the topic that I want to do. So normally I just scrap the first run of lyrics, and then I do probably like one or two more drafts, and then I come up with what you guys hear. So I have some funny.
Can I just say something to the viewers real quick? I haven't heard these or seen these, so this is going to be interesting. I'm reacting in real time with you.
Yeah. So here I have some of the rough draft lyrics for Psycho. The chorus was actually stayed the same throughout the entire thing, which is kind of a first.
That happens
when I saw
it happens to me sometimes, but yeah, I'm with you. Like when that happens, it's usually my best songs.
Yeah, it's so nice. It's so nice because the chorus is kind of the hardest part to write, because that's the part you want people to really recognize.
Can't be clunky. Like the verse can have some obscure words and some cool phrases, but like the chorus just needs to be singable as fuck. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know exactly.
Which, by the way, I'm addressing our hate comments and our trolls that like to call us pop music just simply because we incorporate choruses in our music, and it's not a bunch of fucking weird noise prog that you probably listen to in your mother's basement as you jerk off. But anyways, please continue.
Okay.
We're not pop, all right? We're just not whatever weird ass music you listen to. Keep going.
Metallica has choruses. They're the most successful metal band of all time. And they didn't sell out. Even though people on the Black Album, when they listen to the Black Album say they sold out, they didn't sell out. It's
morons.
Evolution.
Morons. They're just morons, Jonah. I'm learning people are just dumb.
Yeah, no, that really is the truth.
Yeah, but let's hear actual Psycho, Rev Rock music. Okay.
Okay, so the first I don't even understand the grammar of this line, but it's.
I love those.
Okay, so I don't even think I ended this part of the verse because there isn't a line after. But so the original line is, "Hey doc, can you tell what's wrong with me? Because I tried, or you tried to fix my mulish mind." But this says, "Help, I cannot see what's wrong with me." And then it says, I tried. And then it doesn't end.
I tried.
Yeah, I just tried to see what's wrong with me. I don't know. Yeah. And then afterwards it says, "You saw nothing as the problem. You tried, but isn't that a lie?" I don't know what those two verses mean going back to back, to be honest.
It seems to go around in circles. So,
yeah.
Yeah, no, my stuff is way worse than that. I could read you some really fun stuff.
I'm curious. Here, let's hear some stuff from you. We'll just go back and forth.
Yeah, let's go back and forth. Okay. So, I just want to start off real quick before I get into any lyrics. Do you see how much writing is in this?
Yes, that is a lot of paper.
This is accumulation of, and this doesn't include any mythology music. This is all the music I wrote up until the mythology.
Oh wow!
Yep,
it's been a process. Of stuff.
It's been a process. Okay, so it's sectioned off too. I think it's really funny. So there's a bunch of just random scattered papers that I didn't even know what to do with these songs. And then it's mostly just lyrics and melody. There were no chords or anything because I didn't really know how to play instruments. It's funny, like you started out as a guitar player. I started off as someone who just wanted to sing and grew into playing instruments.
Oh, wow. So you're kind of the other end.
So I always wrote lyrics and melody, and then I would add music to it. Now that I play instruments, I tend to write melody and chords, and then I'll add lyrics later. I'm not a brilliant lyricist. That's not a joke. That's everyone knows that. But here's the thing. I was really dumbed down before I really got into like studying lyricism. So there's sections of this, and you can see right here. It says Nick Valley's solo career.
I love
it's
that.
just like it's just
that.
a bunch of songs that I might have to go back to one day. Who knows? But it's just a ton of shit that I still remember. It's funny. There could be no melody or no chords or notes, notations anywhere, just lyrics, and I still remember how they go. Like all these songs. It's really funny.
I feel that.
Yeah. And then there's a section, you get to a certain point in here. Where is it? This is really embarrassing. I thought a couple years ago I was going to, and this is such the opposite of rock, and I'm going to admit this, and everyone's going to laugh their ass off. I thought a couple years ago that I was going to be in a boy band.
That's actually kind of cool. I was actually talking with my mom about this. I would totally join a boy band. It seems like such a fun thing to do.
Jonah.
Let's
Jonah.
start a boy
Project.
band.
Side
Yeah,
project.
Let's do it.
Let's fucking go. Let's do it.
I'm so down.
Yeah, so it was really funny. So I wanted to do a take on the word replay, and it was going to be 3 people, and I was going to call it 3Play. And so it literally says 3Play boy band songs, and then it's just a bunch of boy band songs that I wrote. And half of them are like NSYNC ballads, and half of them are like these like Justin Bieber 2012 era songs. I'm not proud of it.
I need to hear some of these lyrics.
And then I don't know if I've ever said this to you before, but before the mythology was the mythology, I was going to call it Scarecrow. Just because I always liked that name.
I don't think I heard of that before, but I do like the name.
So when I was in the 5th grade, I wanted to start a band. I thought it'd be really cool. Apparently, no one else did. But I was able to harass my 2 friends enough into doing it, and we never got anywhere. No one played any instruments. No one did anything. I was the only one musical, but I tried to get someone to do it. So it was called Scarecrow. See, my mind has worked like this forever. So this album is called Scarecrow. Oh, the band's called Scarecrow, and I already had an album name called Reach Out. And this was like the cover. I drew this in the 5th grade.
Oh, nice.
And
wait, what does it say on the pinky? What does it say on the pinky?
It says scare, and then it just says crow.
Oh, okay.
And the rest of it, because I don't have 12. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. I do have 10 fingers. I should have just did 2 hands. See, I wasn't as intelligent as I am now. Here's the thing. So I went around my classroom with a list of band names for people to tally mark what they liked the best. And then I still have to this day, I remember this clearly. One of my friends added a 13th name called The Sharpened Pencils, and then everybody tallied it, and I was really pissed off because I fucking hated that name. Yeah. And I wanted him to be the drummer. He was like, I don't play drums. I was like, just play with your pencils on your desk. So that was his reaction to that. I was like, okay, we'll call the band Sharpened Pencils. And if you guys... Jonah knows this song, so this is a song that's going to be coming out on the EP, either in October-ish, I think. But it's called Reputation, and I wrote the chorus lyrics. There's proof right here in the 5th grade.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
The song on the Mythology 1 album was written in the 5th grade.
That's awesome.
But do you want to hear the verse lyrics?
Yes. I definitely want to hear the verse lyrics.
It was a melody that I now realize. The verse was a melody that I now realize I subconsciously stole from Aerosmith. So I'm not going to sing it. But the lyrics are, I remember back in 2005. I don't know how I'd remember that. I was born that year.
I was going to say.
Okay.
You remember when you were 0 years old?
I'm just gonna keep. Exactly. Remember when I was 1 month old? I remember back in 2005. The day was clear. The air was fresh. Oh, yeah. But then the world flips upside down, and everyone jumped around. Oh, yeah. The night of the shadow is where it begins. Confess your lies. Confess all your sins. Let the world shut and flip around. Turn them upside down. I loved that rhyme. Upside down and down.
Upside down. That flows pretty well. Upside down, turn around. That's
yeah. But I used it twice. But yeah, there you go. I could keep going on, but oh, here we go. Remember back in grade school when I was a dork, I wore suspenders and ate pizza with a fork.
I love that line.
I'm not gonna top that.
Yeah, I think you should have put that in the final cut, Nick. That should have been in the final thing of reputation.
You know what? I feel like that could be a Weezer song, Jonah.
That is definitely a Weezer lyric. I can definitely see that as a Weezer lyric. I feel like at some point in the future, we need to go back, re-record all our songs with like the beginning lyrics. Yes. That'd be so fun. Or okay, use old lines and then come back and make new songs. Make new songs of our old lyrics.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make that Scarecrow album and just release Scarecrow Reach Out, and it'll just be a bunch of crappy lyrics that I wrote in the 5th grade.
That'd be awesome.
I'm doing that.
I think that would be awesome. I thought about doing that with some of my old songs. Like just like re-record them and be like, oh yeah, this is what the old songs sounded like. I didn't produce them back in the day, but this is what they would sound like.
You should release it under the band name Jerks.
Jerks, yes.
Oh, that would be perfect. Just JRX. Which actually could be your band name, considering your band members at the moment.
My drama teacher told me that a while back. He's like, you missed out on a big opportunity. Instead of Jinx, you could have just been called Jerks. You could have put your dad's initial in there.
You could have. It would have worked. Yeah. So you have another rough draft for me? I would love to hear this.
Let me pull up.
I'm sorry. I'm a bit of an attention seeker. If you couldn't tell yet. Just based off the podcast and my social media and just everything about me. So I will, doesn't matter what the situation is, I will take up a majority of the space. I'm just used to it. And my mom likes to joke with me that she created the problem because when I was little and I started talking, she used to tell everybody to be quiet because I was speaking. And my dad was like, I don't think this is a good idea. And he was right. It wasn't. What do you have to share, Jonah?
All right, let's see. Okay, so this is a song that I don't have released yet.
Has no comment about that whatsoever.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to find the rough draft lyrics.
Oh, that's the worst thing you could have told me. Let's keep going.
Oh,
you'll watch this back.
Here, Oh, this is a good one. I found it even better. This is an old song of mine. The riff is gonna be used on, I think, our second album.
Nice.
That I have planned, which is gonna be fun. But I think a couple episodes I talked about how I don't like writing ballads or love ballads. Here is one of them.
I don't know if you might have said it on the show, but I don't. You said it to me. I don't know if you said it on the show.
I know I said it to Nick at least.
We need more Jinx love ballads. So I'm all here for this.
Oh, okay. So here's the chorus. Oh god, these are so cringy lyrics. Through our lives we're longing for, holding hands and skipping stones, singing songs words we don't know, and I hold you close as we lay our heads. It makes me cringe.
That lyric caught me so off guard because I was ready to be like, this is so good. What are you talking about? And then you're like, I hold you close as we lay our heads. And I was just gone. Because you were like holding hands, skipping stones, singing songs, the lyrics we don't know. And I was like, my God, this is so romantic. And we lay our heads.
I hate the old love ballads. There's probably a couple more of these. Here's a chorus variation. Everyone wants to go where the wildflowers grow, lay beneath the stars that glow, when I hold you close. That's
God.
Oh my gosh.
Jonah, I'm gonna pee myself. I swear to God, that is so funny. Oh God.
This is a whole different side of writing that you never thought that you would see, man.
This feels like a whole other project that you have. Is this the Jonah, Doc, and I solo project? It's just gonna be love ballads.
That would be funny. If this video gets 10,000 likes, I'll release.
Dude, I just see you in like a full like tuxedo, like standing on a cliff, like in a music video, like in the rain, just like singing that.
Oh, that would be so funny.
And you'll have a man bun.
Oh no, not a man bun. Oh wait, I've never told you about that. I hate man buns. I don't think I've ever told you this. I hate.
You don't have to tell me you hate man buns. Everyone except hipsters hates man buns, Jonah.
That's true. No, it's so in high school. Everyone wanted me to put my hair up in a man bun, and I always refused. So it was like everyone's goal to try to get my hair up in a man bun. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. But for real, man, that would be really funny. Can you just do that in a music video, just as a joke, like a Foo Fighters kind of video?
I would do that for a music video because it would be so funny.
It would be really funny. I never told you about the concept of the video for one of my songs coming out of my EP called "Saw You." It's really funny. I'll share when the song comes out. I'll remind myself to mention the concept that I had for the music video. And if that video gets 1,000 likes, I'll make the video.
Yes.
I'm going to share with you. So I have a big announcement. This is the song that I think I'm the most proudest of out of anything I've ever written in my life. This is a big statement. Out of everything I've written, this is the song I'm most proud of. I think it's my greatest work. And anyone who's gotten the chance to hear it so far agrees with me. And it's the song that comes out not this Friday. This Friday's the instrumental version of Her Butt, so you all get to listen to that and put your own spin on it like you guys did with the last song. It was really cool. But Her Butt. The week after, not this Friday, but the following Friday, so September 8th, my next single, Victimized, comes out. It's going to be everywhere. I'm super excited. Everybody loves this song. I'm super ready for the response. But what I'm going to give you guys, because what's funny is you guys haven't even heard the actual lyrics yet, but I'm going to be sharing the old version of it. It's really funny. But let me allow you to read some of my original drafts of this. And there's multiple versions. By the way, Scarecrow has been a name I've held on to forever, I'm noticing, because I almost called this band Scarecrow instead of the Mythology, which thank God I didn't. But so
in the future, God. I just had an idea.
Yeah.
At Rev Fest, you need to you know how like Metallica at like their festival they played under like a different name and like put themselves like one of the opener bands and then just played Kill 'Em All? In the future, like 5 albums down the line, play all of Mythology 1 but under Scarecrow at Rev Fest.
I'm done. I will do it, but you need to come out and be the guitar player for that set.
Yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'd be so down.
That would be so much fun. It would be so much fun. Okay, so the original lyrics are, this part is not that different. So I'll read you the final lyric right now. The verse is, "You see me young, and young be naive, then why am I the only eye who sees this clearly? You hide our sin and cover our name, baseless fear of a scarecrow spear." That's where that came from, by the way. It ended up having a meaning, but that is where that came from. Just write off my pain. Where's your shame gone, or have you never had to be? And I was made out from demand to supply this cool prophecy. Now, I spent a long time editing that lyric, so it sounded really fancy and cool and poetic. But here's what it sounded like originally. I feel like I'm like this is my. It's so like this book. I feel like I'm reading a wizard spell.
I love
that. You see me young, and while I may be, I understand all that's going on more clearly. Not that bad.
It's
you
not
smoke
that
up
bad.
all
That's
the
fine.
mirrors, but the truth defogs the glass. You know what's going on. I'm not ignorant to the past, you fucking ass. I was mad. I was mad when I wrote this. I was angry when I wrote this, man.
That last part caught me so off guard. I was like, these actually aren't too bad for rough draft lyrics, and then you fucking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can tell there's a lot of passion.
It's what
in that song.
That's the sub. I realized it would be more effective if I used that as the subtext of the song instead of just outright blatantly saying that. But there's a ton of stuff in here, and there's actually original drafts of songs on the second album. There's tons of stuff in here. If this video gets 10,000 likes, I will share scanned copies of every page of this book.
Ooh,
how about that? I think that's a great way to close.
That is a perfect way to close.
I'll show Jonah anyway.
There we are.
But you guys need to get this video 10,000 likes. So, it's been a fun ride. It's been a long episode, but I think it was worth it. It was an important episode, and I think it's a good shift. I think it's a good shift for us moving towards the future of the show, and I'm super excited. So that being said, I can't wait for the instrumental version this week. Next week, you guys are going to get another song, and another cover comes out the same day as Victimized. Super exciting. Some great stuff. September 8th. Yes. Put it on your calendar. It's a big day. Jonah, do you have anything coming up?
I don't think we have a release date for this yet, but sometime soon, the Jinx EP is going to be coming out. So look forward to that. This is going to be my first time announcing. Yeah, you guys are going to get, instead of just me releasing one song at a time, I think there's going to be like 2 new songs on this plus a cover.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
So look out for that.
I am so excited. Listen, I'm hearing this all and seeing and finding this out in real time with you guys. It's super exciting. So you guys are getting all new content from us. Because despite how much we complain about the new culture, that is one thing I love, that we are able to create so much different stuff to share. And it's sharing it to the right people, you guys who are dedicated and love what we do. That's what it's all about. And I don't think we can end it on a better note than that. It's actually been a really fun and informative episode, I think, on what it is that we're trying to do here and what we stand for. So episode 7, mark it. This was an important day, guys. We should have a guest on episode 10. We're working on that, so stay tuned on that.
Yes.
Next week's going to be really fun. We got some things prepared for you guys. Can't wait to see your comments on this episode about what movie you want us to watch and some other things you want us to see in the future. Until then, my name is Nick Valley, and I'm from the Mythology.
I'm Jonah Doc and I from Jinx. I did not just mess up my last name.
I'm Jonah Jock and I. Oh, I love that. My name is Nick Valley, and I'm from the Mythology.
I'm Jonah Doc and I from Jinx.
And this is
Rev Rock Revolution!
Woo! Until episode 8, we'll see you guys soon. Check out our music. We love you guys, except if you're an asshole, fuck you. Goodbye.
Yeah.